Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Feel Good Factor. I'm Susmita Veganosaurus and I'm so glad you're here today. If you enjoyed this episode of the podcast, then you'll love my free newsletter, The Feel Good Tribe. I send out emails once or twice a month with secret stories and lots of information, recommendations, and updates. Go to veganosaurus.com, veganosaurus.com/newsletter and sign up. The link is in the show notes. I had barely settled in after getting back from my trip. One day of rest, that's all. And then, immediately the day after that, somebody I love fell down, broke their arm, and had to be taken to the hospital. It had been a scary whirlwind couple of days. On Saturday evening, I had to drag my feet to my work table and turn my phone on. And to think I almost missed out on the experience. I'm so glad I didn't. There was a special Saturday studio session happening, and I wanted to attend it. Studio is our writing salon. I'm a part of this membership program called Studio, run by Terry Trespicio and a few other amazing teachers. And all we do is meet a few times a week online on Zoom and sit and write. There's a lot more to it than that, but that's basically what we do. Tapping into this writing is like tapping into a deep source of memory and nostalgia from within. It's very cleansing, healing, very therapeutic, though it's not technically therapy. It's a beautiful feeling. So, on that Saturday, even though I was tired after going to the hospital, talking to the doctors, getting really worried, after all of that, I was so tempted to just laze on my couch and not do anything at all, probably even get to bed early. But 9:30 p.m. the alarm rang for my class and I'm like, you know what? I have to attend this. So that's how I found myself at my work table with the phone on, connected to Zoom, logged into class. And the moment the class began, of course, the magic of it took over my entire being. We do a short meditation at first, relax, the teacher drops the prompt, and then we write for maybe 15, 16, 18 minutes. And after we write, the teacher calls on the students randomly to read, and we take turns reading and commenting on each other's work while being really nice to each other. That day, I got called to read too after several weeks, and that felt very, very nice. By the end of the class, I felt so good, so relaxed. I was like, thank God I attended this. That night, I was able to sleep well, sleep deeply without worrying, even though there was cause for worry in the external world. Nothing had changed on the outside, but just by tapping into this flow state, by allowing my creative juices to flow, by allowing myself to write freely without thinking too much, just by doing that and giving myself that gift of creativity, I had shifted my energy from within. And you've heard me talk about this before, the inside out approach to dealing with anything. Because often we can't change things on the outside, but we can definitely change the way we feel about it. And because we change the way we feel about it, we shift our energy and then we're able to handle every situation in a much better way. We've grown up thinking creativity is a secondary activity, that it's frivolous, and especially we have a tendency not to tap into creativity or not to focus on any creative endeavor when life is lifing a little too hard. When things are serious or when you're super, super busy, stress, anxious, frustrated, all these times we put creative activities on the back burner. Oh, I'll get to this when things are all calmer and I'll be more inspired. But those are the times precisely when we desperately need to tap into our creative zone. We need to do any creative activity at all. Because creativity without any pressure, the non pressure kind of creativity, is a high quality leisure activity. It gets us into flow state. And when we are in that flow state, it's like a slowing down of time. We tap into the sense of oneness, calmness, like this all is wellness. That's the sense we get when we are in flow. We our brain relaxes, we forget about the rest of the world. It's almost like stepping out of time into a little bubble for just a short while. And it doesn't matter what the creative activity is, it can be anything that appeals to you. As long as you do it without an additional pressure, without expecting anything out of yourself. Creativity for the sake of itself. When you let yourself do that, you allow yourself to normalize your entire being, your body, your mind, your senses, to come back to a normal rhythm, no matter how rushed things are on the outside. I've often experienced the magic of this even while I used to run my restaurant. At first, I ignored my polymer clay work or my wire work, jewelry making, things that I would do a lot before I started running carrots. But after a couple of years, I realized that, I desperately needed to get back to doing that, especially in the stressful times. And I even lugged a little suitcase, like a cabin bag sized suitcase full of tools and all my materials, all of it, the gemstones and the wire and the clay and the crystals, all of it packed up into that suitcase. I would lug it to my restaurant, and then while the restaurant ran, I sat there in one corner just creating, and it felt so good. It felt like not only was I shifting my energy, as in, regardless of what happened outside, I would trust my team to run things properly without feeling the need to overlook and manage everything all the time. The sense of trust and letting go, surrender. But also, because of my shift in energy, I felt like the energy of the business itself shifted. That always happens. I've spoken again about this so much before. When you shift your energy, the energy of your business shifts. That's it. There is no two ways about it, because it's a trickle down effect, a ripple that goes out from you to your team, and then from them to the customers, and then entirely the vibration, the atmosphere, everything changes. So yeah, this is just a reminder for you to give yourself that gift of creativity. Keep a notebook and pen with you, handy, like the easiest. You don't have to set up a table, you don't have to create a workspace, nothing, right? Just keep that. Write something if writing is your thing. Draw something if that appeals to you. Look up Zentangle art online. Just it's a simple meditative art. Just take that and try your hand at it. You don't have to be a pro at it. It's not about the result of what you do, it's about the feeling you experience while you're doing it. So yeah, that's my reminder for you today. Give yourself the gift of creativity, always, but especially during turbulent times in your life. Believe me, you will thank yourself for this. Oh, and if you are interested in the studio, what I was talking about, the writing group, they are doing a free 1 week session, or giving away 1 week of studio free. So you can actually come and experience studio for yourself completely free of charge without taking a membership. From Monday to Friday, there are totally 6 classes, two on Monday, and then one class per day for the rest of the week. Come check it out. I highly recommend it. I have shared a link to that in the show notes, so you can check it out. It's not something I can spell out. It is, as a studio member, it is a link, as an affiliate link. So if you, after you do the week, if you do sign up for a membership, then I'll also get a 1 month free membership. So yeah, but you don't have to sign up for it. My whole point is you should experience it for the week. Trying it out, it's definitely something not to be missed out. So check the link in the show notes and come join studio for 1 week in August and experience the magic of writing. And yes, tap into any other creative activity that you can, especially when times are not that great. All right, talk to you again next week. Take care. Bye.